hate blogging. Is this a blog? Hey, my name is Charlotte Path and I am just coming on here to do a quick video about liquid rhinoplasty and my journey. The reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't find many videos about this on YouTube when I was looking, and I thought they'd be really useful and beneficial to other people who may be thinking about it. I'm not a blogger, I don't do blogs, I probably won't do another one, but hey. So the first thing I'll do obviously is just show you pictures of my nose and why I want to get liquid rhinoplasty. So this is my nose, as you can see. I mean, there's nothing like crazily wrong with it. I do have makeup on as well, and I've tried to contour a little bit. I'm crap at makeup and it doesn't really work, but still, just thought I'd put that out there. Yeah, from the front, I mean, it's slightly bulbous at the end, but sorry, I just paused then because I thought I was going to say something rude or weird. Anyway, yeah, it's slightly bulbous on the end compared to like the width of my nose. But importantly, the reason why I want to get this done is if you look at the side, I've got this slight bump here. Again, it's nothing major, it just kind of drives me crazy. I'm pretty sure they're going to put filler into this part of my nose, which is going to lift like this, which to me is already like a huge improvement. So, you know, and then speaking to the doctor, she also said she can just put a little bit in the end as well. Okay, that looks weird, but I'm going to trust what she says. Yeah, from the other side, it's actually even worse. I'm actually terrified to show my side profile right now. So here we go. This is the other side. I don't know why I can see from the other side, but not this side, probably because of my nose. But yeah, it just is a bit weird from this side. I have like two completely different side profiles as well, which just, I want to be an actor and I feel like that's just not good for the style and types of acting I want to do. I just feel like I'm saying rude things. I paused again because I felt awkward. But I think people know what I'm saying. I just don't like it, and I've had a history of people taking the wee out of me, calling me beak face, and you know, I'm an adult now and I've saved some money, and I thought I was just gonna go for it and see. Probably should just mention that another reason I wanted to get this done, I don't know why I didn't say this before, is because I broke my nose when I was younger. I say broke, we never actually got it confirmed, but I'm 80% sure it broke because I didn't have this bump when I was little. I know things can grow and change as you get older, but when it happened, obviously it was like dramatic. There was blood, bruising, you name it. And you can kind of see it just slightly bend this way. That way? No, it's that way. It does slightly bend this way. You can see it more in photos. I don't know. If I was to edit my nose on an app that I definitely don't use on my Instagram, if I was, this is what I would edit it to look like. Don't know if this is useful, but so the first thing that I did was consider if I wanted liquid rhinoplasty, which by the way is filler in your face, in case you were like confused about what the hell I was on about. It's like a non-surgical nose job, or do I want surgical rhinoplasty, which is your surgical typical nose job. So the first thing for me obviously was looking at price. The non-surgical rhinoplasty can range from about £200 to £700. I'm sure there's cheaper and more expensive ones out there, but that's kind of the research I did, and that's depending on who and where you go to. I'm gonna say if you're looking into a £200 one, maybe just consider why it's £200. And you know, like wine, you never go for the cheapest, you don't go for the most expensive, you just go for the one in the middle. I'm just gonna put that suggestion out there. When it comes to the surgical nose job, they, doing my research, seem to be about £7,000. I'm assuming there's going to be way more expensive ones out there and less expensive ones, but again, when you're looking at the less expensive ones, maybe just consider why. Yeah, and that's that bit of the research. I paused. For me, like I said, I'm an adult and I've saved some money and I can do with my money and my body what I like. But I haven't saved that much money, and I also want to buy a house. So for me, you know, I probably would have, if I could, just jump in with the surgical rhinoplasty, which sounds so dramatic, but it's true. But I just don't have that money, and I could have that money soon, but I just want to do this now. I've got it in my head that I want to do it, and I'm just that kind of person. So that's why I have gone for the non-surgical rhinoplasty option. Another reason why I've gone for this option is because speaking to a few people and doing my research online, a lot of people say, you know, doing the non-surgical rhinoplasty is a good way to see if you like it. Now, the thing about non-surgical rhinoplasty is it technically cannot make your nose smaller, whereas a surgical rhinoplasty can, and that is kind of part of what I want. The bump's the main thing, but obviously an overall kind of smaller look on this bit is something that I want. What am I saying? Oh God, I'm gonna pause. I remember. What I was saying is people have said it's a good thing to do, the non-surgical rhinoplasty, to see if you like your nose looking different. Like it can change the way you look completely, and it might throw you off, you know. You might look in the mirror and be like, oh, that's not me anymore, which maybe will happen to me, I don't know. It's just a good way to see if you like it, and then if you do, you can, you know, go for the permanent option, which is the surgical rhinoplasty. But just bear in mind, if you do get the filler in your nose, the non-surgical, and then you decide, oh my God, I love it, I want to go for the surgical, and you can afford it, blah, 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 you can't just do it straight away. You have to wait until the filler is out of your face, which is normally about 12 to 18 months. 18, I'm going to say, to be safe. So 18 months you would have to wait. I'm so bad at this blog thing, what the hell? No, seriously, what I'm going to talk about now is the dangers of this procedure. This isn't meant to scare anyone. I think I'm talking to myself here, but yeah. So it's not the safest procedure. It's quite new, so there's not really that much research gone into it, as there has been for surgical rhinoplasties, which aren't 100% safe, don't get me wrong. You can have congestion problems, nasal passage problems for the rest of your life, not to mention that if it goes wrong and they do it wonky or crap, you're stuck with it pretty much. So there's that. But with non-surgical, yeah, you know, I'm not a scientist, and I am clever, but I'm not clever when it comes to things like this. So please don't take everything I'm saying as gold, even though this is true. There's a lot of veins and arteries in your nose. I had my consultation and I said this to the lady, oh, obviously I know you've got two arteries and veins here that are really important. I mean, they're near your brain and your eyes, for Christ's sake. And she was like, oh, important and two is an understatement. I was like, yeah. She also then said to me that this, out of all the procedures that you do with filler, this is what she says to the people she trains as the one to avoid and to try not to get into, because it's so dangerous. So these veins, as you can imagine, if the filler went into one of these veins and some plastic shit was being pushed into that, firstly the pressure of that, and secondly the substance going into those veins is not good. And it happens, it can happen. And if it does happen, you will most likely go blind, and you know, your nose can fall off. You can have permanent black bruising and discoloration and damage to your face. I didn't pause that time. Actually, my phone ran out of storage. I'm back, and I was just talking about all the problems and scary bits. Please do research on these scary bits before you make a decision. Yeah, I do find it really scary. I'm just sat here talking about it now and thinking, geez, just for a nose, like a nose that shouldn't matter, is this risk worth it? Oh God, I don't know. You know, I did speak to the nurse, or the doctor even. I mean, I wanted a doctor. I'm just gonna put that out there. I wanted a doctor to do mine, not just some like yummy mummy who has studied some online filler courses and she's just set up a bed in like her lounge or something. I'm not doing that. No. If you want to, that's fine, but just suggestion, opinion. She was like, you know, I said to her, it's scary for you as well, right? And she was like, yeah, she's scared every time. And when she does training and her like delegates have to do it like a test on some models, she says she just stands there absolutely like shitting and shaking in her boots. She was honest with me, which I really appreciate, actually. Yeah, another thing. I've done these clips so randomly. I'm so sorry if this video doesn't make sense. But another thing is I read some people who had it done kind of saying, oh my God, I woke up the next day and my nose was like so swollen and the doctor never mentioned this to me. I looked awful. I was really scared that this was the way I was going to look now for the next 12 to 18 months, which is how long it lasts, if I hadn't said that already. No, it's normal. I asked the lady, I said, some people said this didn't happen, so if it's happening to you, it's really bad. She was like, no, it's totally normal. Like, it's going to feel a bit sore. Extreme pain is a bad sign, but sore is fine. You've just had something shoved in your face. And swelling's completely normal as well. You've just had something shoved in your face. So that's fine. Extreme pain obviously isn't. Another thing she said, which makes sense, is like for the first 2 weeks, and probably just to avoid in general, is wearing like sunglasses and glasses for a long period of time. Just like putting continued pressure kind of here where the filler's been is going to dent the filler and your results aren't going to last as long. If you wear glasses, that's kind of crap for me to be saying right now, but just then stick to the 2 week thing, you know. That's so embarrassing. Stick to the 2 weeks, sort of. Don't do it for 2 weeks. I just thought I'd add things that you should look for when you're doing your research on certain places and stuff. I'm not naked, by the way. Jeez. Yeah, so things that you need to look for is, firstly, I did my research and I found that they can either do this procedure with a needle or a cannula. The needle is technically safer. Can't remember why, but it is. So just something to look for. There's going to be like, and probably an equal split on who uses what. And like, I'm not saying if you go with someone that uses a cannula that you know you're going to go blind. But it is a little bit safer if you use a needle. Think of something about being able to control how far in it goes. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I did in my research. So the place I am thinking of going to uses a needle, so I feel a little bit more comfortable. Another thing to probably look for is, do they aspirate? I'm so sorry if I'm saying all these words wrong. So this is like something that I've actually read, and there really is a 50-50 split on whether this is good or bad, or even helpful at all. But it's like, I happen to be holding a lip liner, so it's like when they put it in and then they keep kind of pulling out. Oh my God, why? Keep kind of pulling the needle back out. And basically, if when they pull the needle back out and there's blood in the needle, bad. They need to stop. They've gone in the vein. They've gone in too far. Bad, bad, bad. Obviously, if you don't aspirate, you can't see if that's happening. I think there is like an argument against why you shouldn't aspirate as well. But I just kind of totally read the aspirating thing and was like, it makes so much sense to me. and it seems so much safer. So it's definitely something that I also was hoping that the person who does my nose would do as part of her practice, and she did. I asked her. The thing I didn't ask, which is so important to ask, I'm going to send an email literally straight after this video, is do they have so passionate. Do they have dissolving product on site? So if something did go wrong and there was blood in the needle, or your skin went pale, which is not a good sign, by the way, your skin went pale, or you had pain or something like that, they had the dissolving product on site, which dissolves the filler. I think like how they put that in is pretty grim. It's something about your eye. I could be so wrong again. I'm fear-mongering now. Yeah, so they could do that if they needed to. And secondly, do they know how to use dissolving product? Ask. Anyway, I really hope this helps. You've obviously got to do your own research, and I will obviously do another video when I go ahead with it, which if I do will be sometime in April. The person I'm going for is based in Leeds. I will tell you more details about it again if I go ahead. It's about £600, so it was the higher end of things, but that's just the fear in me being like, oh well, if it costs more it must be better. But yeah, any questions or queries or fears, comment, message me if you know me and you have me online. No hate, like I say, I can do what I want with my body, in my money, and also I just can't be asked with hate because like I'm already quite miserable sometimes. Yeah, I feel like I need to say more, but I'm not going to because I'm like rambling, as you can probably tell, and I'm like not very interesting. So yeah, I've talked about price, I've talked about the dangers, which is my main thing to talk about. I've talked about why I want to get it, kind of, and shown you kind of what I'm attempting to achieve. I'm not going to show you the other side again because you know I hate that side. And yeah, I was gonna say I hope you enjoyed, but like a bit weird. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and you don't really need to subscribe because I'm probably not gonna do many more. I might do some skin things because I have had a bit of a skin journey and it might be interesting or useful to people. So let me know if you think I'm like batshit crazy, then please just comment below to say thanks, but stick to your day job. Bye.